What is up, bros? Me, Josh here. In today's video, wow, do we have a lot to go over with this latest post that World of Warships just put up, and it's all about the Arsenal. Now, if you were on the PTS recently, you know a little bit about the Arsenal. You got to check it out, kind of like test it and see what it's like, what you can get, and it gave us kind of this brief little view of what it's going to go. World of Warships has dived in and explained a little bit more about what is to come. And if you guys don't know, the Arsenal is going to be a new kind of shop that you can get. It'll be in the top left corner, and you're going to be able to use two new currencies called coal and steel. Now, these are earned through quote-unquote high-level PvP, as they've said in recent videos, in past videos, and these are going to be earned through, extra things, which we'll get into in a bit. But 7.6 is going to bring the Arsenal, which will allow you to then start buying stuff if you want. But there's lots of stuff to go over in this video, and I was going to make this video a lot earlier in the day, but I had a billion questions, so I had to kind of wait and talk to the devs and get the right answers and talk to other CCs until we all kind of figured some stuff out. So what they basically said is there's two different versions of these new currencies. There's coal, which is going to be the more readily available one, and steel, which is going to be the real high-end PvP currency. This is going to be the more rare stuff. Coal seems to be able to, as you can see right here, get it through daily containers and combat missions as you go through your missions right here, maybe like daily missions where you get X amount, who knows how much. Now, going off of some of the stuff that they said here, consumable containers, which are 3 containers a day, can bring you 300. Try your luck containers can get you 700. So who knows what a daily mission is? It might be 100, it might be 200, might go up to 500. I guess depending on difficulty, you can get more and more and more. And super containers can reward you with 15,000 coal, which actually is a decent amount when you start to look at what everything else is. So if you're going for super containers are pretty rare. I think it's like 1% for everything else besides try your luck, and that's 2%. I don't know if that's a rumored percent or what, but that's basically what I had. I don't know the last time I got a super container, honestly. But there's a couple people that are in my clan and my Discord that get them all the time. So you have the potential of getting a ton of coal through that. And then they're going to be adding more stuff in July, which I have some ideas potentially what it's going to be. At the moment, steel will be given out for completing missions in clan battles. So if you've ever done clan battles, you know that it's like, it's 7, 15, and 30 are the breakpoints for games 1 in each of the brackets going up. So I assume it's going to be stuff like that. So as you normally would in the past, you would get these, certain things as you go up and higher and higher and higher, better rewards, better up in the higher brackets, you get more rewards. So that's probably what they're talking about, those kind of breakpoints, and most likely going to be the 30 win in Typhoon, the top one, maybe 7 and 15 win as well, could potentially get those, but I assume it's going to be on the higher end of those for getting steel for that. And in addition, 1500 steel can be obtained through super containers. So 2 new things to add to super containers. I know people are trying to go for ships, people are trying to go for whatever, trying to get the right consumable, who knows. We're all going to end up with 50 Zulu flags in the end, or 50 flood flags or something like that. But there is the option, if you have the RNG of the gods, of just getting a ton of coal and a decent amount of steel. So you need level 8 in your account to get even the availability of these, and you can also exchange steel for coal at a rate of 10 to 1, or 10 coal per 1 steel. So let's say if you got 15,000 steel and you want to trade it for 15,000 coal to get something because you want whatever, there's a lot of cool things you can get with coal, and steel being more rare, it's going to take a lot of steel and a lot of time to do it. So if you just have some sitting there and you want to convert it, you easily can. So lots of items you're going to be able to do it. And again, they have right here a reverse exchange. Coal for steel is not available, just steel for coal. So basically only a trade down. Lots of camos, lots of signals, and they seem to range. They range a lot. So from 5,000 to about 16,000 for all these different, and they seem to be all in sets of 20. So it's very standard like that. One of the best parts is you can get detonation flags, and I think they were one of the cheaper ones if I remember. So with coal, you can get it, and these range a lot from 8,000 to 13,000. So remember, you can get all the way at the top 15,000 coal from a super container. That's the equivalent of potentially 20 flags or 20 camos. So if you want to kind of look at that conversion rate right there, you can also pick up ships, which is pretty cool. And this is something a lot of people are excited for, and this rose a lot of questions as well. But you can purchase ships like the October Revolution for almost 54,000, the Egla for almost 50,000, the Ubari for 25,500, the Musashi, which is currently a free XP, which I'm kind of surprised that they're adding that into this. I almost would have been surprised if they added the Missouri back in here, but this opens potential for like a rotating store here, just like they have seen in the past. But 176,000 for the Musashi, and then the Salem, which is currently a work in progress ship, basically a tier 10 Des Moines with a different style of radar and a different style of heel, is going to be 240,000. So that's pretty interesting. This is the first ever. Now I'm going to say this kind of in quotations free, as like the Missouri and the Musashi have been kind of free, the Nelson, stuff like that. These ships you can buy with free XP. Now this is potentially going to be another ship you could kind of get for free, and this is the first ever tier 10 ship. I guess the Kronstadt is in there as well with the Musashi and stuff like that. But this is the first ever tier 10 ship. This is a tier 10 Usn Cruiser. For 240,000 coal. Well, that's a lot, right? That is a lot. At a super container giving you 15,000, that's going to take you a long time to get them just kind of through that. But there are some other ways to get coal as well. Campbellton at just under 20K, and then the steel will get you the Flint for 1,600, and the USS Black for 16,000 or for 14,000, and then the tier 10 Stalingrad will join the ships in update 7.8, which is of course a ways away, but that's going to be after the next season of clan battles and stuff like that for the change, and that'll cost 28,000 steel. So remember, what was it? Just let me do. I think it was 1,500 for a super container. Let me go to the top really fast. Yeah, 1,500 steel for super. So if you have the RNG of the gods and get 30 and get 20 super containers with 1,500, I mean, you can get the Stalingrad technically. Actually, you only need 19, but you can get Stalingrad in 7.8. So there you go. Best of luck. I would probably just use the luck to buy a lottery ticket. But some other cool things is you can do, this is one thing I had to wait for an answer on. You can buy some containers for the past collections and the past campaigns, which is actually pretty sweet because these originally cost a decent amount of money actually. And they're labeled as 5,000, 12,000, and again, 5,000. Now it doesn't say here whether it's coal or steel, and I had to wait for a dev, and this isn't 100% sure, but they said it's supposed to be set at coal, so not steel here. And I wasn't sure how it would be for, I guess since steel is pretty rare, it would be pretty expensive, but I'm going with coal here. So you can pick up some free, and these are sets of 5, so it's actually not a bad conversion rate since these cost money. So 5,000, 12,000, then 5,000 again. Finish up those collections, and you can also get some extra flags and stuff like that through that, and some camos. So that's kind of nice. Again, upgrades. This is something that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time. People who are tired of, getting AA module that nobody wants to use, or insert what smoke generator, or whatever, and they want the radar module and the hydroacoustic, blah blah blah, or they're getting a ton of damage control system parties, but they want that radar and they want hydroacoustic, which are really good. The engine boost is also pretty solid, and really the only way to get those was to pray to RNGesus and get one from a super container, or do rank battles, which would be the rewards from basically 5 to rank 1. But now you can pick those up for 17,000 coal. Again, 15,000 coal for a super container, and you'll be able to get that. One thing that's also kind of cool is there will be these coupons. Now these coupons actually add in a realm of confusion a little bit with some of the math, but they will be in there. They're going to be at the bottom. You can see right here, coupons will be at the bottom of this. So you start off with coupons and you'll get more as time goes, probably relatively. I wonder if I don't know if they're going to be time sensitive things, but you'll get them as they go. And then we'll talk about one more in the end. But you'll get 15% off. So whatever you want, if you want, let's say to really work towards the Salem, it's going to be, ended up working out the math a little while ago, but like just over 200,000 coal for the Salem if you really want that, which is going to be the 10 tier 10 ship, which is kind of cool. But there will be this extra little thing in here, so when you're doing your math to figure out how much you need, be sure to check out your coupons, because you can potentially save a ton of coal and a ton of time and a ton of effort. It might not need as much as you think. So your savings. So this is something that has been going on, and this is something that I brought up in my stream in some videos recently or in the past, of what are we gonna do with oil? Because if you have an active clan, if you have an active clan, and especially an active clan in clan battles, you have blown through all the upgrades to your base, and you are just sitting on a mound. I think we have like 50 or 60,000 oil just chilling, if not even more by now, of just oil chilling there. And there's no way we'll ever spend it in the future. There's just not enough updates. There's not enough new nations. There's not enough, new whatever. There's not enough expansions to the slots that are needed. So if you're like, we're sitting on a 50 roster fully upgraded, and we have that we're probably closing up on 100K extra oil just sitting there. So what they're going to end up do is with the update releases and the Arsenal releases, which is going to be 7.6, players will have a nice bonus for the oil they have stockpiled. So 5 coal per oil. So let's say you have 5,000, 10,000 oil just sitting there. You're going to get a nice boost to coal. You can just go in right away, get the flags you wanted, get the hydroacoustic you wanted, finish up get a bunch of these if you wanted. So that'll give you a nice little boost. I think one of the top persons in Markline has like 10,000, 15,000 oil just sitting there. So that's a nice little boost of coal just to start off for basically free stuff. So that's pretty cool that they just didn't like throw away the oil, and you could dive right in with a bit of a boost there. Secondly, players will receive bonus steel. So this is the steel resource, which is going to be the quote-unquote more rare and harder to get. Depending on how many ranked battles, ranked ones you've gotten in the past, you will then get rewarded. So if you see here, if you got rank 1, 2,500 steel. If you got 2 rank 1s, 5,000. Now if you get rank 3, it resets. So rank 3, you got the USS Flint. Rank 5, you got the USS Black. So as you see, it all resets once you get to that. So if you're like me, I think there's only like a few hundred people that have gotten 8 rank 1s. We will be receiving 7,500 steel on top of that. So wherever you are, however many rank 1s you have, you can then check out the amount of steel, because it resets because you got those ships. So you won't have to then basically buy them. So that's going to be the reset right there. Now, going forward with this system, I can only assume that rank 1s will continue to get 2,500 steel. This is not official. This is not from the dev. This is not anything like that. This is just me guessing. So I assume, because it seems like they're getting away from like the Jolly Rogers. Basically what ends up happening is you get a Jolly Roger, you get Jolly Roger 2, you get Jolly Roger 3, and then you get that third one, and then you trade in that basically that third Jolly Roger for the Flint, and then you get Jolly Roger 3 again, and then as it goes up. So I think they're going to get away from the flags here and just purely go with a currency base. So who knows if they'll get away from the Jolly Roger flags, the Stalingrad flags, that kind of stuff, these token based, and we'll get to that in a little bit as well. But I'm only guessing, this is how it looks, that rank 1s will get 2,500 steel. So again, nothing official. That's just my guess because of how this is kind of breaking down. Now this could purely just be a reimbursement for time and not really mean too much as it goes on. But this is kind of the pattern it's taking right here. Okay, so yeah, okay, here we go. So this is one thing I wanted to get here with the extra coupons as well. Thirdly, with update 7.6, all players will receive different coupons, including one providing, oh, this is the same one, including one providing 25 discount to, including one providing a 25% discount to the ship's category. So again, that is absolutely massive because 25% off. All of those other ones, like the Salem and the Stalingrad and stuff like that, can save you a ton of coal and a ton of steel, which is going to be much, much, much harder to get. Steel is going to be the one that's basically hard to get. So as you can see, category upgrades, signals, looks like they're going to be a lot of percent off or whatever, 25% off all these camos. That's pretty freaking cool. So this is one of the big ones too. If you participate in clan battles, you receive 6,000 steel for each of the 2 Stalingrad seasons. So we've had 2 seasons so far, waiting for the third one. The flags will be written off of your account. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to save those, like as kind of a collector's item or something like that. We've gotten them. They're just going to take these off. So basically, we're going to get 6,000 steel for the flags. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to keep those. And maybe they'll let us just as cool kind of collector flags for getting this done before the system changed. For the third clan season, players who scored 30 victories in the Typhoon League, which would have originally gotten you the Stalingrad flag for the third time, will be able to receive 10,000 steel. So this almost seems exponential, which is kind of weird. Which allows you to accumulate the necessary amount of resources to get the Stalingrad flag in update 7.8. And what they mean by that is it will actually give you So you'll be able to change, yeah, so, okay, that's what they're talking about right here. So it'll give you 22,000 steel, so that 28,000 with the 25% off. We'll then cut that down just enough so you can get it for 21K. So, they'll give you a bit of that, a bit of the Stalingrad right there, so you can get it in 7.8. That's the earliest we'll see it. So 2 weeks after the release of the, if you earn 3 Stalingrad flags and you use your coupon to obtain the Stalingrad flag, another coupon. Yeah, okay. So if you earned 3 Stalingrad flags and used your coupon to obtain Cruiser Stalingrad, another coupon of a 25% discount in the ships category will be credited to your account. So that's pretty cool, because if you use one, then you get like basically a next one for the Stalingrad. So if you use one for the Stalingrad, you get a second one, so that can help you start saving up for the Salem or whatever. So there we go. So that's pretty cool. That's how we're gonna get the Stalingrad. And then so we also want to reward players, and they're just kind of talking about with the tokens and stuff like that. This seems kind of interesting. Like, they aren't quite 100% sure if they're going to get rid of this system, and this is why I'm kind of bringing up that like these tokens, like the Jolly Roger, the Stalingrad flag. They may bring this back in the future, but it seems like they're just going to stop those, which seems okay, which seems kind of cool, I guess, because it makes it a lot easier just open up the store and getting these. And again, we're not sure if it's going to stick with rank battles, how they're going to end up doing that. I just assume they're going to get rid of the Jolly Roger and the Stalingrad flags and just give straight up currency. But again, the ways to get it are going to be through missions, high-end PvP, like probably rank battles, but for sure clan battles, containers, super containers, and it doesn't seem like, and somebody brought this up in the CC Discord, that the CC containers that we've been able to hand out, those most likely will not have coal. And if you are saving up containers, let's say you have a bunch of containers already saved up, I believe those are already locked in with whatever they're containing. And let's say I know there's a couple people that I know that save up containers for a long time, 100, 200, whatever, plus containers, and then wait for something. Up to my knowledge, if it already has it set, it already contains what it has when you pick it up. So if you're waiting and stockpiling to get a ton of coal or potentially a ton of steel from super containers or whatever, I don't think that's how it works. I believe as soon as you collect it, or it is automatically collected to your account, it has whatever its contents are. So there's no real reason to save it. So but yeah, overall, this is pretty cool. There's still some questions I'm waiting to get answers from. But I think it's kind of nice. The things I don't like about this is I'm really against like giving tier. I'm being very lightly, because this is a lot of coal. This is going to take a lot of time. But potentially, people are going to kind of get a. I don't like tier 10 ships being achieved like this. I feel like that's the reward for like really getting into the game and playing the game a lot. But again, it's a lot of coal. 240,000 is going to take you a ton of time, but still, it is going to be attainable over time. Again, I think this could open up a really, really cool campaign. Like, since it's all about steel and coal, they could potentially do a really cool campaign about like getting ready for the war and supplying and stuff like that. Potentially could open up some new operations, and with that campaign doing, rewarding steel at the end but coal throughout, kind of stuff. So we're unsure how much you're going to get permissions. We're unsure on a lot of stuff still, but this is a pretty cool starting point. And it's pretty cool for Wargaming to kind of open up and give us a whole idea of what is all going on. A lot of the math is weird because they're hitting these coupons. I think the coupons are cool. It's a cool kind of thing. But, God, it's going to suck if they're throwing in random coupons. Like, you finally just got enough steel or coal to finally get your Salem or whatever, and you use your 15% off, and then the next day they drop a 25% off. So I hope they're a bit upfront when they announce coupons. Maybe it'll just be a random thing. Or like maybe they'll have half off weekends. I have no idea. So this is pretty open-ended, and it even seems like at the bottom here where they aren't quite sure if they're going to be doing another set of tokens kind of thing. That system right here, the system may be used again in the future. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But overall, a pretty cool idea and a pretty cool thing that's going to hit us in 7.6. Lots of stuff to work on, so keep working and get out there and get up as much oil. Honestly, go out there and play and get as much oil as you can. I think going forward, there won't be that much. I don't think you'll even be able to get oil. So I'm not 100% sure on that, actually. So if you have containers, open them up before this thing goes live, because you want to get reimbursed with that free coal. So where was it? Just let me highlight that really fast. For the chance to switch it out, if I can find it really fast. Here we go. Yeah. So if you are having containers just sitting there, you get 10 oil per container. So whether it's whatever it's one of the campaign ones, whatever it's your normal containers, open those up, get your oil, and so you have it whenever this does convert. So there's a little heads up, a little way to get some extra stuff. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. What you guys think about having them do the Salem this way? What do you think about the coupons? Just what do you think about the arsenal in general? I think it's overall a cool idea. I think it's a cool way for wargaming to kind of have ships like the Flint and the USS Black, at making them quote unquote available for the public, outside of just grinding over time. Still, I feel like the Stalingrad's going to be, unless you just have the RNG of the gods, I honestly feel like even the USS Flint, even at 11,600, the USS Flint, the USS Black, then especially the Stalingrad, I feel like those ships are still going to be basically unattainable without playing ranked battles. Now, if you played clan battles over and over and over, you can get these ships. If you played, I mean, especially if you're going in for like the third time, you could get these ships through that. But you're still gonna have to play that, even though this is basically open for everyone, and somebody who doesn't play any ranked battles or clan battles could technically get these ships. You basically still need to play ranked battles and clan battles to get these ships, just to get that amount of steel. You'd have to have the luck of the gods. So elsewise, but anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Just wanted to make a quick little video. Hopefully this answers a lot of questions. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. This is gonna be a pretty hot topic for the next couple days in World of Warships, so I'll try to answer as many questions in the comments. And anyways, I hope you guys all have an awesome day. Lots of info to take down, so I'll put a link down below. You guys can dive into it a little bit more, and looking forward to hear what you guys think about this. That's it for me though. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.